Hey guys, Dr. Eric here. Today we're going to be talking about shoulder impingement, especially for you swimmers out there. I got to give a shout out to Delaney, my cousin, who had a question about how to improve shoulder impingement, especially as a swimmer, and she's just starting and getting back into school. So, first we need to think about what is shoulder impingement. Shoulder impingement is that area within the shoulder or the front of the shoulder region that gets impinged, and that just means the space gets decreased. And the reason the space can get decreased is because of our posture. So a lot of times swimmers, as we're back to school, we're wearing a backpack and we're sitting a lot, the shoulders get internally rotated, our pecs get tight, and kind of decreases the space. So we really want to think about how we can open you up, especially when you're trying to get long in the water. We want to make sure that everything's just kind of more mobile. So we're going to show you some cool mobility exercises to open up the chest and the back. And we're also going to show you some strengthening or some stability exercises for your shoulder blade and your lats and your scapula in positions that swimmers most need it. So the first thing I want you guys to do at home, or if you're a swimmer, is you can be in a kneeling position. And by being in a kneeling position, this kind of opens up the front of your hip, opens up your core, but also makes you have a little bit better posture. If you have a PVC pipe, it's great, or even a stick, and you can drive your hands overhead. And so now you can see that I'm opening up my pelvis, my hip, and my thoracic spine, my mid-back, and also the front of my shoulder where I can get impingement. So we can kind of go back and forth. If you don't have that, that's fine. You can just think about how you can drive backwards, just as you were with a backstroke, but just opening up here. And then we can also drive our hands in different dimensions this way, or with a pole to help facilitate that. So again, that's kind of opening up those structures within the front of my chest and my core and in my back. You can also use a foam roller. So this is a great tool that you can use up and down your spine to help open you up. So you can lay the foam roller lengthwise, and you can reach your arm way overhead, again trying to reach as far as you can to open up your core and your chest. That's just another great tool to kind of improve your posture. So Dave's going to come out, we're going to show you some cool strengthening tips. And when you think about strengthening in the water or on land for dry land training, I really want you to think about what position is a swimmer in? So most swimmers are face down, right, in what we call prone. And prone, we want to think about, how can we strengthen in those positions like we're in the water? So a lat pull down, traditionally you can pull this way, right, or straight arm down and standing, but I think it's more valuable to think about the position that you're in the water, which is prone. So we're going to show you some strengthening exercises on a ball, face down for like freestyle or butterfly or breaststroke. And then we'll also show you kind of a variation if you're a backstroker too. So Dave, I want you to lay on your stomach, and how about we'll face towards me, yeah? Good. All right, so he's prone on his stomach so that, almost like you would be a freestyle on the water. We're going to use a TheraBand, a resistance band. And we can go bilateral, meaning both at the same time. So Dave, go ahead and show them both. Yep, so we can kind of pull, and we're getting resistance this way, so we're strengthening those scapular stabilizers and his lats. And then Dave, how about just pull straight down, elbows straight to your side, and pull through, yep. So we can go that way. And we can even, if we want to challenge Dave a little bit more, we can say, Dave, why don't you scoot forward and let your feet come off the ground? So you're almost kind of suspended if you can. Yeah, or toe touching, yep, good. Okay, perfect. Good job. Okay, and then let's show them the variation for you backstrokers. So you're going to lay on your back. And so we know that with this one, we may have the pull from low all the way up to high. And so this one I'm just going to show with one arm. Just give him a little bit of resistance. So Dave, go ahead and pull all the way back. Good. And really reach as far back as you can. Good. Perfect. Great. Awesome job. So those are just some quick tips on mobility and stability for a swimmer with impingement syndrome. I think the most important thing to think about is just the position that your athlete is in before you're starting with an exercise program. So, great job, man.
Yep.